Kara Hala, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Brakathe Yahweh, Brakathe Yahweh Shai, Brakathe Yahweh, Brakathe Yahweh Shai, Brakathe Yahweh, Brakathe Yahweh Shai, the water.
Watch out, vehicle on shoulder ahead.
Call Das. Give double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teaches us truth, which I believe through the Spirit is 100% true. Just doing a in the field report, ride and share, just going off, some of the things that I want to kind of reflect on. And there's a lot of conversation going on, especially between Israel men and Israel women. And we need rescuing out of this place, man. We gotta get the fuck up out of here. This man has got our nation totally in turmoil, man. To the point that we're not going to have any type of future at all. And I'm not talking about all Israelite women when, in these videos and stuff I make. I know there are some, especially over here in Babylon the Great, that might be into this truth, man, and heck goes off to them, that's in their rightful place and supporting these brothers in the truth, man. Heck goes off to them because it's so easy to jump on the bandwagon with these other women who sided with the enemy, who sided with Esau Edom, our oppressor, just so they can get a condominium or a BMW, these little gifts that they get for working for Esau, man, working for this damn devil, sacrificing and sabotaging her Israelite community, man. Totally then fell for all the lies that Esau Edom has fed her, man. She ate that shit up, She's been totally bewitched, enchanted by these few gifts, that he put in front of her. Give him a so-called, education or degree. She looked back on her Israelite man, looked down on him. It's just sad, man, the times that we in. We need a rescue. We need up out of here. And get me wrong, I love no more than our Israelite women, man, in her rightful order, man. She would be my top pick because we do have beautiful. Go back and look at the pictures of our women in the 70s and 60s, man. How they were and how they carried themselves. They're kind of going off then. Don't get me wrong, because they've been pushing that feminism, like since the, especially on our women. It kind of started in the 60s, but they just totally destroyed the majority of our women, man. And it's not to absolve the Israelite men. A lot of Jakes is fucked up too. Don't get me wrong. But a lot of them come from these households that's been created by these women, man. If they did have a man in the household, she's domineering, she's over him, she's controlling him. And most of them, come out of these single household, communities, man. There's blocks of communities of them. You look at a lot of these housing projects, man, all those families, man, broken families just raised up under a system that's out of order. Then you wonder why you got these, what they call dusty ass men out here, a broken man, that's fucked up. And if those brothers make it out of them circumstances and do achieve and not end up selling drugs and not end up, being out here murdering and shooting each other, that works a 9 to 5. He might not have a college degree. He might not be sorority and all this type shit. But he's gonna be looked down upon.
Watch out, vehicle on shoulder ahead.
He's gonna be looked down by his women, man. He's classified as a dusty. That's bullshit. The times we in is fucked up, man. It really is. A man has to achieve so much in this place to think he has success and really you have no success. All the money in the world. Look at Bill Cosby, Prince, Michael Jackson. You can look at these today's celebrities. Will Smith. These men are not happy, man. They've never been happy. Bill Cosby, all the money he had, look what he did. He served time in prison for allegations, man. This kingdom has got to go, man. This shit here is vexing as hell. Believe me, I want to get the hell about this place so bad and go somewhere else. And just, but I know through the scriptures, man, we supposed to stay here and ride this thing on out, man. Because I don't think we have too much longer in this, man. I pray we don't. You know, I pray that Yahweh Ba'Shem come back, man, and rescue us out of this place, man. Set fire to this place. Deliver up his people, man. Don't get me wrong, we got some beautiful women here. But this goes out to the ones, you know, like I said, a hit dog, man, he gonna holler. It just goes out to those women, man. You're going off. You're way out of water. When you turn 18, man, you should already start presenting yourself and preparing yourself to be a helpmate to some man. You know, that's your purpose here on earth. Your purpose not to be on earth to get an education or you know, get a nice paying job and raise a family remotely because you're not there because you work 2 or 3 jobs and your kids pretty much raising their own selves, man. That's dysfunctional, man. That's why our communities the way they are, because you done fell for this lie that this demon done pushed on you, man. Then he's created an environment where you feel you have to have all these luxuries and things like that. You know, you got to have the big house. You got to have the foreign cars. You know, you got to have the $200 to $2,000 purses. You know, bags or whatever. $400 hairdos every week. You know, our people have become like a pariah to our community, man. You can't nation build this way. It's not going to happen. Only way we survived after post-slavery, man, because we worked together as a community. But I understand that we are under these curses. So, you know, the curses say that we're going to have this division. But this devil don't push it to a point right now, man. It's just all out war, man. The gender wars. Israelite men, Israelite women, and it's not just the Southern Kingdom. You know, they spread this shit to the Northern Kingdom as well. You know, but mainly you tribes of Judah, man. You're the main tribes here in Babylon the Great in America. Our so-called black women here, man. You're the main tribe. All other women over the world look up to you because you're supposed to set the standard. You know, but you fell in miserably. You know, for all this fake hair. All this bravado, you know, this long eyelashes, piled on makeup, man. Ass injections. All these things go against what a woman's supposed to be, man. You got to play your position. If you're out of position, I don't care what sport it is, but if you're playing out of position, you're not going to win. You're not going to score at all, man. All we're doing is losing. We're getting our ass kicked, really. Because you play a vital part to our community. These little young ass, you know, wild kids running out here, man, they're a byproduct of you. You know, these single homes and shit. Not really needing a man because you can raise a man. And those ones that escape out of that, you know, a lot of times they miss some vital parts that they need, man, in order to make it into manhood. If he don't fall in this truth, you know, through the Holy Spirit, he's not going to ever learn how to be a man, you know. our enemy knows is he knows what's vital, man. He knows taking you out of your part, separating you from your man, because your man is a strength. He's the protection of our nation, man. He does everything he can to demonize the Israelite man. You so-called blacks, you Hispanics, and you Native Americans, man. He demonized the hell out of you. Through his media, his music. And he pushes that shit, you know, he pushes that filth on the younger generation, man. Yeah, we in some really horrible times, man. It's like a nightmare. This is hell on earth, man. It really is. It's fucking hell on earth. When your best option is to be alone as an Israelite man. If you're gonna be here, your best option is to be alone. If you take that chance, man, it's like rolling fucking dice. You take that chance to go out here and get married and sign that white man paper, that Edomite's paper, and make a union. You're running a real risk, because you know once you go to court, you know everything is not, 9 times out of 10 it's not going to be in your favor. You're going to lose everything. Not to mention the system is already against you. But you got your women out here there, and there's a lot of them, man. There's a lot of them out here that's anti-Israelite men, man. They'll support these red devils, man, anytime over there, Israelite man. Been totally enchanted, man. Goddamn demon to her nation, man, to her kids. Look at them. You can see what they doing now, going out here, fighting they fighting and willing to fight to the last tooth and nail to go out here to destroy their womb, man. Your seed in their womb, they fight tooth and nail to have that right to go out here and do that, man. And you men get no say so in that. We get no say so in that. An Israelite child has a 50-50 chance of making it in a Israelite woman's womb, man. And it's gonna be hell to pay for that. You're gonna have to pay. You took a bite of that apple, man, that forbidden fruit, man. The Lord gonna make you pay for that. A lot of you when the Lord comes back, you're gonna see, you're gonna wake up then. It's gonna be too late though. Lord gonna destroy a lot of our women, man. There's a lot of decent brothers out here, man, that's going through hell behind. A lot of decent brothers going through hell behind not having this woman going against them, man. Going against these court systems, going to get a court system and use the oppressor to further oppress her man, you know. To father her kids and shit. He done pretty much tamed our women, man. He got them right on cue. Pushed that narrative on us back in the 80s and 90s, know that we supposed to support and uplift the black women and hold her up, you know, and help her get these degrees. A lot of brothers work hard to put their women through colleges and shit like that. And once they got them through, man, she looked back, start calling you a dusty, man. You're not on her level anymore. That's why a lot of chicks just give up, man. They fall into the bottle and drugs and all that type of shit. If you ain't got no home life, man, what the hell do you have left to come back to? That's why Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh had to bring this truth to you. If we didn't have this, shit, a lot of brothers be deleted by now, man. We didn't have this truth coming right now and exposing all this shit, showing us who our true enemies are. Because our enemy is not just these other nations, man. Our biggest enemy is right there home on that pillow right next to us, man. And I want to make this again. It's not to you women who hasn't been enchanted by this devil, man, who really sticks by her Israelite man. talking about Israelite, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. And what's crazy, I remember Kevin Samuels. I'm not a follower of Kevin Samuels. A lot about him I didn't agree with, but he did say one thing. You know, you see a lot of the Northern Kingdom that comes up here because they had been quite enchanted, you know, with Western culture. And their women, man, he go out there and work in the field all day, Jesus, and come back home and his woman got a meal prepared for him, fixed his plate, bath water ran, you know, because they hadn't been enchanted. But let them stay up here too much longer, you know how that shit turns out, man. It's a big difference between those Northern Kingdom tribes once they've been up here like 2 or 3 generations than the ones that come across the border. And they pushing that filth down there, that feminism shit down there. Hard as can be. They pushing that shit on our women down there. On the Northern Kingdom. And that's why scripture tells you, man, that's that beast, that whore, man. She got all the other nations drunk with the wine, you know, with her wine. And her wine is her philosophy. That shit that she, excuse my language, but that filth that they push on the other nations, man. And they get to believe in these things, man, these enchantments that they push on our people. But our women here in Babylon, man, they all, majority of them, man, they can't get nothing but fire, man. That's the only thing, Lord, only way he can rectify that, man. They're gonna get burned up because they're so proud for one.
Watch out, vehicle on shoulder ahead.
He's put that proud spirit on our women, man. They stiff-necked, ass up on their shoulders. They got that piece of paper, the white man that gave them, and you can't tell them shit. They learn to articulate and talk real good and sound sophisticated, sound intelligent. But once you break it down, the majority don't have no common sense, man, because they're not in their rightful order. They're not catering to their strength, man. The Lord gave a woman certain strengths. She's supposed to be able to manage her home, man, her kids. She's a good manager of her nation if she's in her position. But he done took her and used her as a tool against her nation, only to uplift his nation, man. She's in those key positions. Where she can keep his supremacy going. And the minute she gets out of pocket, you know what's going to happen. They're going to get rid of her. They'll drop her quick. Once they finish using that tool, man. Once they finish using her, you know, they're going to turn her loose. They have no loyalty to her. They'll use her as a bed wench. They'll use her as a attack dog against her Israelite man. They programmed her, sent her back to her men just to be a ball of confusion, man, to create all type of chaos in her household. I've had family members, man, that have been deleted by some of these women, man. I had an uncle not too long ago that did all he could to help this woman, man. She got shot in the head, couldn't hardly walk, speak, or anything. He took a lot of his money, man, helped her get on her feet. As soon as she got on her feet, bought her a nice house and all that shit, you know, took care of her kids. As soon as she got on her feet, she turned into a damn demon on him, man. Putting them out, getting them locked up, all type of shit. He didn't last long after that. And it's all for his money. You know, he had a nice retirement. Quite sure she had insurance on him. And this goes on a lot, man, with our women, man. Our biggest enemy is our goddamn women, man. Our biggest enemy is our women. majority don't want decent brothers. They don't want a brother that's supposed to be so-called fixed. They want them brothers out there that they got to fix. They got to put the parts together. The ones that's out here selling drugs, getting out of prison type. Those are the ones they go and have these babies by. Then they complain and talking about the Israelite man ain't shit. He's not worth anything. After you done had 2 or 3 kids by him. You done pair bond to somebody who you know, he's pretty much, you know,
Watch out, vehicle on shoulder ahead.
he's in destruct mode, you know. Yeah, it's a horrible time we're in, man. It's horrible, man. That's why we cry out every day, man, for our Lord and Savior Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to come back, man, and deliver us up out of this. And it's gonna probably get a lot more worse before it get better. But we know it's gonna get better because Scripture tells us that. He's gonna have to take this man out of rulership, man. One thing about women, they follow power, man. And right now, he got the power, so they're pretty much at his beckoning. Whatever he tell them to do, they're gonna do it. I don't want to really make this a rant, but you know, yeah, it's very dark, demonic times we're in, man. The men that these women producing are effeminate. Either they gay as hell, you know, all caught up in their emotional as fuck. Or they out there running them streets, you know, tied up to some type of gang culture, you know. Yeah, these are bad times we in, man. So you can imagine what another 20 or 30 years will look like, you know. The Lord's got to come back and destroy this. He's got to, and he said he's going to. He's going to bring that fire, man. It's going to be the ultimate sacrifice. But with that, I'm going to end it there. Follow up to the next. With that, say shalom.